crying tears of joy is a normal physical response from every human being. Psychologists term it as, or they note it as a normal restoring of equilibrium in every human being. So, what we're saying is that it is normal for every human being to cry. When you cry, your brain releases some stress from your mind. So, it's normal. So, I'm not of that school of thoughts that says that a man should not cry. In our days while growing up, it is said that men don't cry. Or they say men shed crocodile tears. That's what it is. When they say crocodile tears, it's not coming from your heart. So it is a normal thing for a human being to cry. So there's no macho when you say, I don't cry. You heard some men say, I don't cry. No, it's not a normal thing. It's not a normal. Remember, it's a crying tears of joy is a normal physical response from every human being. Because why? It is, psychologists note it as a restoring back your equilibrium. People are in different mood in lives. So you fall in different modes, and once in a while you need to be restored back to your normal self. So when you cry, it has a way of, releasing stress, boredom from the wells of life. So what am I trying to say here is that, it is normal to cry. There's tears of joy, there's tears of sorrow. If David has said in the psalm, he said, I was glad when they said, let us go to the house of the Lord. For in the house of the Lord, there is, fullness of joy. There's a level of joy that you get in life that overwhelms you. As a human being, there's two aspects in life that makes me cry before God. One, the Bible said in Romans chapter 12, verse 15, rejoice with those that rejoice. When I see God doing wonderful things in the life of people, I'm overwhelmed. And there's this joy of the Lord that wells up in my heart. There's these tears that comes into my eye because when I see God doing something, I'm excited. I'm excited. I notice that God is doing something in the life of people. I know this must be God that is moving. So that is to show you is a man of faith, a man that's excited when God is at move or God is at work, not just in their life, in the life of people. God is like a moving train. What's a moving train? You can't determine the pace of a train. When a train is moving or outboarded, and you are not in that train, you can't just hold on to the train and enter just like that. In a car, you can do that. When we are little children, we run behind vehicles, and at times we catch up and we enter through the back. But you can't do that with a train. A moving train is moving. You can't catch up, which means if you are not boarded on that train, you can't go on that destination with it. That's the way God is. God is moving. So when God is about to take off, make sure you are boarded with God. If you are not boarded with God, you can't enjoy that train. You can't enjoy that trip that God is going on. What am I trying to say? God is at work in people's life. So when you see what God is doing in the life of your brother, be excited. That's what the Bible says in Romans chapter 12, verse 15. It said, rejoice. At what God is doing in the life of people. Rejoice when you see what God is doing in people's life. It might not be in your life, but rejoice. It's only proud people that are jealous. You say, why is it that it's not me that God is doing that in my life? No, rejoice. When you rejoice at what God is doing in other people's life, God will now, remember to do the same in your life. I want to use an example. Like Pella. Pella is a streamer. Is a TikTok streamer. That's the highest streamer in Nigeria, presently. And when he was doing his traditional wedding, there is a very rich man in Nigeria called Ochacho, decided to honor him and give him a gift of a plot of house costing 400 million. And when I watched that video, the response of that boy, I mean, the way he was thanking God, it was full of joy, it was full of excitement and everything. You know, when I saw that, I saw what God was doing. I said, "Oh my God, God, you are wonderful. That is a gracious thing." And I can see the attitude of great grace. I mean, the attitude of gratitude that the boy was expressing. You know, tears came out of my eyes. I say, God, God, you are doing wonderful things in the life of people. When I see God doing something in people's life, I just say, God is having fun. You know, in such things, you begin to extol the glory of God in the life of people. And before you know it, God can also do that in your life. You know, so I saw that, and when they were handing off the paper of that house to him, I can see the gratitude of God in his heart. So what we say is that you can express tears of joy, and you can also express tears of, of expression of money in your heart, as per we can say it, or expression of when God is taking you on a journey, you know, and you do not know where God is taking you to. You know, have you ever cried before? I've cried. I've seen myself cry. I said, God, I don't know where you are taking me to. God, can you explain to me where you are taking me? But I know God will take me there. But that joy of I don't know where God is, taking me to. You know, that joy, that tears of joy, you know, makes me cry. So all I'm trying to say here is that if you are a human being, especially a man, don't feel macho. It's not weakness when you cry. It is strength. Your strength, your weakness is made manifest in the strength of God. When you are weak, cry. It's normal for you to cry. Don't play macho. Remember what the word said. It is said that tears of joy are, are physical manifestations of, of your brain, releasing hormones of so that you can be released of stress. So it is normal. It's a normal thing and not an abnormal thing to cry. That's why I respect women. Have you ever seen women? Women cry more than men. Women are very emotional. Remember what it said. It said that when the tears of joy is a physical response. That psychologists even note it that it's a restoration of your equilibrium. So all I'm trying to say is that it is good to cry. When you cry tears of joy or you cry tears of mourning is a normal thing because it releases hormone that release stress from you. So today, please learn how to cry if the condition warrants it. Don't hold those tears from you because it will cleanse stress from you. Don't die with that stress. That's why you see men die of strokes. Men die of different kind of ailment because they refuse to release that stress from their heart. Are you a worshiper? If you are a worshiper, it's easy to release stress. Lift up your hands and praise God.